Hello, my dear friends. This is the 23rd Sunday at Ordinary Time. But boy, this Sunday is packed with good things. Not only our readings, but a special series of days being remembered in terms of creation and the season of God's creation and its Labor Day weekend. If there's a certain central theme that I could remind you of because of these readings, at least the way they speak to my own heart, the theme would be, speak the truth with love at all times. Speak the truth with love at all times. We see in the reading from Ezekiel, and Ezekiel is a hard-hitting, strong prophet. And the Lord says to him, Son of man, I have appointed you watchmen for the house of Israel. You have huge responsibility. I'm sending you to my people. And when you hear me say anything, you shall warn them for me. And if I tell the wicked, O wicked one, you shall surely die, but you do not speak out to dissuade that wicked person from their sin, yes, the wicked one will die, but I will hold you responsible for his or her death. Can you imagine that? The Lord is really speaking to us through Ezekiel saying, I'm asking you to love one another by correcting one another, by speaking truth to one another lovingly. And if you fail to do that and they sin and they die in their sin, they are held responsible, but you are also held responsible for failing to reach out and to bring my love to them in a loving way. If I warn the wicked and they refuse, they die for their guilt, but then you will not be held accountable because you warned them and you spoke to them. That's quite a message. And you've got to do that in a prudent way. We see our brothers or sisters doing things that are not good, not loving, not healthy. Well, we just don't set ourselves up as the law, but we reach out to them and say, my friend, I really want to talk to you in all charity because I think there's a better way to be. And then in the letter to the Romans, we get the motive for all of this. Jesus is reflecting on all the laws. There's all the laws about adultery and not killing, not stealing, not coveting. And then he says, all these laws are summed up in this saying, namely, you shall love your neighbor as yourself. So why do we risk reaching out to others? Why do we risk taking a stand and not simply being silent? Because love sometimes demands that we speak in truth. And in the Gospel of Matthew, there's a long introduction. I won't go into all of that, but it's all complicated. But at the very end, we finally get this great message. And Jesus says, for wherever 2 or 3 of you are gathered together in my name, there am I in the midst of you. Can you imagine that? And that doesn't mean just in church, at the kitchen table, at a family reunion, walking in the grocery store, and someone's coming down the wrong way in the aisle, and they're bumping everybody as they go along. I am there with you. I am in the midst of you. How does my presence cause you to respond with love? So very good reading, very honest. We're called to speak the truth with love. We're also celebrating the season of creation. From September 1st, which was the World Day of Prayer and Care for Creation, until October 4th, with the feast of St. Francis of Assisi, we're celebrating the World Day of Prayer and Care for Creation. In other words, we're being reminded today not only to love one another, but we even have to love this planet that we live in, this beautiful earth that God has given. We have to care for it. We have to respect it. And just as failure to love one another can lead to very dire consequences, so also does our failure to love all of creation lead to the same terrible consequences. The church is reminding us today with all Christians worldwide during this season. It's not only a Catholic time from September 1 to October 4, but all Christians around the whole world. We're being reminded that we must not only love one another, but to love all that God has created as well. So God bless you. Thank you for listening and thinking about these things, and have a restful and happy Labor Day weekend.